person here is going to probably be Curtis because we all can have fun.
That's really mean. You're hurting my friends' feelings. I'm not talking to you the rest of the episode.
I just deprecated myself.
You defecated?
I defecated myself right here on camera.
Okay.
All right. So what we wanted, that just lost credibility.
I know.
Deprecate. Boy,
Deprecated?
Those words.
It's really hard.
So what we want to do is just go through a nice high-level thoughts, because people ask this a lot too, is and they go, hey, Derek, you're a bartender or something like that, which I'm not. What do you think of bartending schools? The first thing I always say is, well, first off, I'm not a bartender. I just play one on YouTube, right? Secondly, I usually don't have anything good or bad to say. I just say, look, you can spend, it's apparently a lot of money, and they say it's a lot of money. So if I do this, I need it to be worth my time.
Is it a lot of money?
It's a lot of money. It's like $500 for the class. Yeah, but we're talking about a kid that just got out of school that has like...
do they actually teach you anything, though?
That's the question.
That is the question.
Okay.
So what do you think?
Okay. If I took both of you guys to bartending school...
We would fail.
No, you'd pass. You'd probably learn a couple things. Here's the big question. Does bartending school get you a job?
That's a good question.
Yeah, would it?
It does not. Absolutely... 100%, no questions asked.
This is where
Bartending
the
school,
flame comes
and there'll be people out there that'll be like,
commenting
"Oh,
right now.
we'll get you a job. Oh, we will make sure that you get placement at the best bars
But
in your city."
That
I
is
would
a
go to
search.
that bartending school if the dude talked like that. I'd be like,
There's so many bartending schools all across the country, and the bigger picture is that they do not get you placement at jobs.
But but they must be able to. They say it.
Yeah, but if they get one person a job over the year, then they've gotten people placement.
Well, I guess you'd want to inquire about their placement rate before you went to this school. There you go.
Inquire about the
You should do an
placement
idiot.
rate.
And the bigger picture too is that if there's 20 people that take that class and they give that class every week, how are they getting that many bartenders jobs?
It's a lot of jobs.
That's true. That would be a lot of. Maybe there's a lot of turnover.
Well, you got to think, and this isn't just once a week. A lot of these bartending schools are giving these classes once a day.
Oh, so that's a lot of students.
Uh-huh.
They're making a lot of money at this.
Yes.
wait, $500 a pop for a day?
Dude, I got a plan.
Bartending.
Yep.
I think we should invest in a bartending school.
I love the fact that we're telling people this is
free for the past few years, buddy.
La la la
I'm
la.
gonna charge for it.
Yeah. We just told you that this doesn't work. How about you come to us? Yeah, come to us.
No, ours is different.
It's different. Instead of one day, it's two.
Right. And add half of the cost for the second day.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just
So,
get
okay,
into
that doesn't
And
get
we
him a job.
have... Derek has... I was going to say we. Technically, Derek has better liquor selection. So.
Yeah. I was just saying that today. The back bar in his selection is actually better than most bars in Boston.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
And they probably have to pay for most of their stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, better slow.
That's true. Well,
Yeah, no doubt.
all those.
Okay, so back to the initial
It
problem.
doesn't get you a job.
You want to get into this business if you have the time to do it. Like, let's say that you're not already working like a 60-hour work week. You're not getting in this business. If you're like, I'm in college and I'm failing miserably, I have a solution for you. There is a bar somewhere in your city that needs a bar back, that desperately needs you to carry heavy things. And if you're a good-looking girl, probably hand out shots to people. There is a good possibility.
Shots.
I can't do that.
In little tests.
In the little test.
There is a good possibility
Oh,
that
strip joint.
Do you look
Strip
good
joint.
in
Strip
my
joint.
boots?
if you work hard enough at that job, that at some point the person that is working behind the bar will screw up somehow. They'll get drunk, they won't come into work, their girlfriend will give them Coke, and they will pass out in the sewer.
Coke? Diet Coke or regular?
Yes.
Not that.
The bigger picture is that when that time comes and you've put in the legwork, you will then move into a driver's seat. You will be tested at that point to see if you are capable of doing anything without falling downstairs.
That's a good thing.
Is going to be your entry into the business. This is where all the bartending school shit doesn't matter. If you then show that you're capable and you bartend at that point, you will then move into a wonderful world where you can move anywhere in the country and work for anybody you want, because experience is the only tool that helps you get hired in a bar.
But Curtis, I'm not a cute girl. What do I do then?
Well,
You have to actually use raw talent. So
I
like
went-
we do here at Common Man Cocktails.
I went back bar. You are
thanks,
quite lovely.
Very
Thanks.
lovely.
Thanks. Tom.
I went doorman
Yep.
to back bar, back bar to bartender, bartender to manager, manager to my job.
Okay.
So the bigger picture here is that the progression is that if you're my size, the door job is easy.
Yeah.
If you're your size, you could be a bar back in a second.
Okay.
So wait, just because of your size, they wouldn't just make. Oh, because they're gonna put you in the role that makes the most.
Would
sense?
you want him to bounce somebody that was drunk and going crazy?
Dude, I would. I would see him in a
I
bar
wouldn't want to
sober.
have to punch somebody in the balls. Like, that's all I would be able to do.
Dude, you're a ninja. You can do
Dude,
so much more
You
than that.
are a ninja.
I'm a ninja.
So does that answer your question?
No,
Be a great bar
No.
back.
no. It probably answers most of the questions. Yes.
Okay.
I
I
guess.
can't lift heavy shit.
So,
That's my day-to-day life.
That is your
now.
job right now.
It is my life.
but what now? I've had people sending us emails, and which I'll post on Facebook later. But I've had multiple people say your show helped me get into the business of being a bartender because we taste the stuff, we experience it, we've learned how to make a lot of different cocktails, and it seems like that's a
My
good
guess,
entry point.
my guess is that they were building the cocktails, so they already had a basic rudimentary understanding of making cocktails. The next step in that is they probably climb the ladder. Like nobody just walks into a bar with no experience and just starts bartending. They don't do that. What they would do is they would start you off with the day shifts. Your day shifts then move into night shifts. Night shifts move into weekend shifts. And at that point, that's where the real money is.
So, but I mean, you're always going to work hard in every single industry. But
Yep.
having experience now, the bar schools you believe are going to teach you what? How to make cocktails really
Technique.
fast?
They're going to teach you technique, and technique is not going to get you a job.
Because you can learn technique while you're on the job,
Exactly.
being the low guy on the totem pole.
Exactly.
Define technique.
Technique is, I was trying to talk to Derek about this earlier, but a
happened?
lot of these
You were
bartending
talking
schools
to me.
are teaching you,
Not trying. You were doing a good job.
they're teaching methods and strategies of repetition. So like what they'll do is they'll work out of the well and work off of a number system and start teaching you to use like 1, 3, 5 to do your count out for a whiskey sour, or like 1, 2 for your Alabama, whatever.
Slammer? So you go like
Alabama slammer.
One to two count, one count, two count.
Yeah. It's a matter of learning the repetition. But the problem being is that as you get more and more into that idea of learning the well repetition, if you ever get stuck in a bar where the well's messed up or the well isn't exactly what you're used to, you're completely fucked. And
No, you can say it. It's not public.
the other side of that too is that
First Amendment.
when you, it's like learning how to cook by numbers. If you get stuck in a situation where all you know how to cook is like you put bag A in, you put bag B in, you're not actually a cook, you're just a numbers guy. So learning by that same repetition puts you in the same category, because if push comes to shove and that's the only way you know how to bartend, somebody goes, oh, I don't know what I want something that's fruity. You don't know fruity,
Right.
you just know numbers.
I could go and then be done. Like 1, 2, 3, 4.
So here's a talking point, because someone in the chat room, hold on,
Took a bartending school and they're like, "Screw you, Curtis."
says, correction, if you can do flair, you can get a job almost anywhere.
Yeah, but there's a problem with flair. I mean, I respect
What is flair?
Flair is the guys that toss the bottles. It's like cocktail, Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like
I get flair.
This is different types of flair.
I get
Designer suspenders.
flair.
Yeah, I thought it was buttons.
But the problem with flair is
what I mean.
that flair doesn't equate talent, and it doesn't equate knowledge of cocktails. Like just because you can juggle doesn't mean that you're gonna get a job at like PDT or like employees only.
dude, I can juggle. It's gotten me so far in life.
He can actually juggle,
You can juggle.
but not the same.
I dig flair. I think that there's a lot of cool things that happen with flair. I just think that if you also don't understand how to make really good cocktails or don't push the limit of that you're only very one-dimensional.
So you can
and you
make
still have to have experience. Like a dude with flair, like if he walks into a bar and he's like, "Look what I can do," and he's like, "Guy's like, get out of here! Stop playing with my bottles, buddy."
Right, you have to be able to go in and go in as a bartender saying, "Look, I can make these things that you would want."
Well, your resume speaks for itself. Like that's
Right.
going to get you behind the bar. Like
okay, 90. Let's talk about Chili's and what was the other thing?
oh yeah, well the Chili's thing.
So you were talking about how some of those places that we wouldn't.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine in Boston that is a general manager for a pretty prestigious bar. We were having the same discussion. I asked her how many people she'd hired with a bartending school resume. She was like 0. And I was like, well, what about like Chili's or some place like, you know, the 99 or just other franchise places? She goes, I take them all the time because they're so grinded down by the corporation that they have to know the cocktails like forwards and backwards. They have to do huge volumes on a pretty much a daily basis. They are pretty much speed bartenders, and they're the kind of people that when you start paying them good, they don't ever run away.
Yeah.
Because they're used to getting paid nothing.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
they've been there before.
Yeah. So
Is that the kids?
Yes, most likely.
the bigger picture is that if you live in a city where you don't have a really fancy cocktail bar, you probably have a Chili's. And if you spend 3 years grinding it out in a Chili's bar, you are going to be fantastic. And somebody in the hospitality industry is going to take you and give you a job.
Because I would have thought the exact opposite. Quite honestly, I would have went down a hole in the wall like bar, like Irish pub or something. Be like, I want a job here because it's an Irish pub and it sounds exclusive. But you're looking at it going, I need greasy wings, fries, and some bacon fat, and boom!
That sounds awesome right now.
I mean that's a big difference.
Yeah.
So think about that. If you're looking, look at places you would not traditionally look for because they're high volume.
Eyeballing your shrimp.
Yeah. Good?
Eyeballing my shrimp. All right, so if you have any more questions, write them in the comments. I'll have Curtis, I'll forward an email if he's not looking at them directly. And there you go. I don't think we have any more questions about that. We're done. Oh my God, my kids are driving me crazy.
We're teaching you how to ring.
Ring over and over.
You had
All
to
right,
ignore your children.
we're done. We're teaching you how to drink, make drinks, build businesses, and all the stuff around that.
AwesomeDrinks.com.
AwesomeDrinks.com.
Cool.